So hello and welcome to BitThink with me, Christina, broadcasting to you here from Bermuda on a very beautiful, very cold, very clear December day. And I am still learning how to make videos, so I apologize for the sound quality. And if anybody has any advice or can direct me to improve my sound quality, I would very much appreciate it. But I wanted to start the video with that song because it has been pumping in my house since yesterday afternoon. And I just wanted to share that for the first time since I have been really paying very close attention to Bitcoin and the cryptosphere, I had a really strong emotional reaction um, for sure to Bitcoin's price yesterday afternoon as she clearly moved over 17,000. And my desire to dance around has really very little to do with the price because of hooray, more money. It entirely has to do with a feeling that it's working, that the process of moving from early adoption to early majority is actually happening moment by moment. And Parabolic Trav, who I like very much, was canvassing opinion about whether or not the people who are active in the sphere at the moment feel that they're in an adoption or majority phase. But I definitely think that the feeling is one of the bitening is happening because critical masses seem to really be starting to be hit, particularly in the West. So, kind of in keeping with my idea that volatility, price growth, price discovery, all of these ultimately are reflections of human emotion. And so I, for sure, am in sync with what is clear in today's price movements in all of the altcoins, particularly the top sort of 10 alternative currencies or tokens. I mean, there is just an enormous amount of hope and joy being expressed. I think there's a lot of conversation about bubbles and speculation and such and such and such, and it's a vocabulary that, okay, still may have some appropriate application and so on, but I think it underplays what's really happening by way of an Internet of Money network being able to connect people's authentic emotions in a way that entities such as Facebook and so on just simply haven't been able to do. So I'm also feeling really hopeful today because I went into the very sophisticated city of Hamilton today and had the privilege of being able to sit down and really talk at length with one of the people here who is really responsible for trying to get Bermuda and her people and her government to really develop the opportunities, even understand the opportunities that the Internet of Money and the cryptosphere and tech advances in general kind of hold for the island. And so that conversation made me feel really connected to a fellow tribe member right here on the island. And in talking with him, one of the things that struck me again was that while we are discussing what are very familiar, somewhat depressing realities around debt and institutional inertia and the difficulty of cultivating autonomy in a group of people, the scope for positive solutions, for alternatives, for types of liberation and self-actualization are really profound. And it also reconnected me with the very strong feelings I have around the fact that the people who need to be buying Bitcoin the most right now are the people who have the least. If you have $1,000 in savings, it is so much more important that that savings is protected and under your control than if you have $100,000 in savings. And so I definitely feel that with the increased kind of everyday compounding network effect awareness price movement, those of us who feel strongly about the kind of social justice unbanked reach the unbanked people, vibe within the cryptosphere, really have to take our enthusiasm and try to make the people who are least likely to be aware of it. So talk to the people in your gas station. Talk to people you buy your sodas from. Make sure that you do whatever you can to try and get the people who have previously been least served by either education or opportunity or even the capacity to save, to think about taking whatever they can and protecting it. So I totally enjoyed the phrase, the concept, come for the free money and stay for the financial revolution. Totally jive to that. I also want to just take a moment to reflect on the fact that it seems to me that the real power of the Bitcoin cryptosphere revolution is that it is actually a form of evolution, and that that's exactly what is implicated when we talk about it being unstoppable. When Andreas talks about the fact that you'd have to turn off the whole world's internet to stop it, and even then, could we resurrect it with, cell phones and faxes? I think that in the context of a country that is as both sophisticated and conservative as the one I'm in, it really is important to understand that this is a movement and a development that is going to go on regardless, really, of what one thinks about it, and that you should either start really thinking about it and try to derive some kind of competitive advantage or competitive advantage, or you just can decide not to think about it because you already know everything there is to know about it, and you don't want any part of it. So I want to end this quick video with just a few words on Bitcoin's capacity to create and even heal relationships. I think that ultimately, at the end of the day, what Bitcoin is creating are all of these really personal relationships through a mechanism of depersonalized, non-trust protocols. And that's a remarkable feature. Speaking for myself personally, I have, in a comparatively short period of time, made a whole new range of awesome friendships with people through a shared interest in the cryptosphere. And on an even more profound level, my sister and I have found a way to reconnect with each other that has been nothing short of miraculous. And so I think that while there's a great deal of obviously interesting and profound intellectual things and technical things and financial things to say about Bitcoin and the cryptosphere, I think it's worth really shouting out what a remarkably kind of healing, energetic exercise it is proving to be for the humans that are getting connected to it. And I think that that can only experience a multiplier network effect, just like the use for sort of transactional value is going to experience a network effect. So I am just going to shout out here to Bitcoin, bringing a whole new dawn to so many people in so many ways, and see you on the other side.
Yeah.